Is the future, bro? Is the past? Do you know who I am? I am the arm, and I sound like this.
Where is the ring?
Someone else has this no.
Annie? Annie. Where am I? And how can I leave?
You are real. Now there is no place to go. Home.
And the owls are not what they seem. R.I.P. David Lynch. Let's go. Good evening. Hello, everyone. I'm Lorenzo. This is my comic son, Circumstances, who seems to be in shock from that intro.
I'm with Perry. I think I'm high now. What the okay?
Every week we're here to do the weekly live stream, and it is sponsored by the Alternative City Show. I not only love reading indie comics, but I've self-published several indie comics of my own. You can find them on my Alternative City shop, which has a link below this video. There, you'll find, along with my comics, t-shirts, stickers, and mystery boxes, you'll find pins and magnets that I call CBOs, or comic book originals, which are buttons, magnets, and pocket mirrors that I make from superhero comic books. These are one-of-a-kind items made from images cut directly from comic books, not photocopies, so each one is unique. Yeah, buddy.
I just realized today that I had no idea what Twin Peaks. I guess I never knew what Twin Peaks was, but I really don't know what Twin Peaks was after that.
It's kind of an acquired taste, and if you've never seen it, like you, then you will say, "What the hell did I just see?" The whole show isn't like that, but there are very trippy parts that are like that, and most of that was from the Red Room, which exists. We don't know if in Agent Cooper's mind, or is it a dream that he had, and the dancing little guy. So many cool things about that, man. I never thought I'd live in the same state that they filmed Twin Peaks in, but I'm blessed to do so, because I've always been a fan, and I've always got. Everybody gets it. It's kind of an acquired taste, but if you get it, you get it. If you don't, sorry.
Wow. Sicko's 10 years younger than me, and apparently he knows what Twin Peaks is. So what the okay?
It's a small but mighty cult following, man. I think it's a great show, and I think it's David Lynch's masterpiece. We lost him last week, and he made a lot of other stuff too. But to me, Twin Peaks is just his his Sergeant Pepper. It's just the best thing he's ever done.
Rest in peace to Mr. Lynch. Then, hey,
Yes,
we
sir.
got the homies in here tonight, though. Sinopa Publishing, who is our guest tonight. Looking forward to that. My flavored whiskey brother, 80s guy, is here. Ian Tate. Ian. It's got to be Ian Tate. What up, Ian? Thanks for joining us tonight. My Discord brother, Sickotron, is here. What up, Sicko? Always good to see you, my brother.
Oh,
Larry Love is also here, also known as
Larry Love, playing the hits, the DJ Your Mama Love, and everybody else on the FM dial.
End of Zed, our homie Eddie, friend of the show, is here. His Kickstarter is close to being mailed out, and I can't wait to get that bad boy in my hands. Looking forward to it. Phil's Treehouse with the hashtag Mighty Fine Pie.
Mighty Fine.
What up?
Mighty Fine. Damn fine black coffee, too. Phil knows about it.
Always good to see you, Phil, my man. The comic book YouTube OG, Sleepy Reader 666, aka Damien, is here. We are blessed with his presence. What up, Damien? Always good to see you, my man. Another one of my Discord brothers, Perry, is in the house, who he liked the stream. Thank you very much for that, Perry. I appreciate you, brother. The lovely Miss Janet is here, so I do believe we're going to be okay tonight, guys. She is here. Everything's going to be fine. Thank you so much, Miss Janet. She's a borderline Twin Peaks fan. Borderline? Yeah, okay, that makes sense after that clip, actually. What up to the lovely Miss Janet? Good to see you. Sorge Forge is here tonight. What up, Sorge Forge? Thank you for joining us for another lovely new comic book day, also known as Christmas every damn week. Thank you for joining us, Sorge Forge.
That's awesome.
And 80s guy says, guess they got the referees from KC game from Twin Peaks. And there's been a lot of that going around.
Oh, God.
There was 2 very egregious calls with hits on the quarterback. I can't deny it, but I also don't care. We won, and we're going to the AFC Championship. You guys can cry all you want. This is me not giving a shit. Hala Chiefs and nada más. Let's go. 3-peat, back to back to back. I want it so bad. I want it so bad. XCam R is here tonight. What up, XCam? Appreciate you joining us. Jenny Meldrum is here. What up, Jenny?
Too slow here.
Thank you so much for coming through tonight. Another one of my Discord brothers, Benny Compton, flying high as a Commanders fan right now. Jaden Daniels is playing with house money right now, and it'd be really cool if they could beat the Eagles, because I think we could beat them a lot easier than we could beat the Eagles.
Don't you dare. Don't you dare wish for. Be careful what you wish for. I think
that's very true. That's very true. That's very true. I'd rather face the Commanders defense than the Eagles defense. I'm sticking with it.
Since that Hail Mary game, they can't lose. If they had won several games late, they've won several on kicks that hit the upright and bounced through. I would not want to face them. I'm a big believer in momentum. I don't care if it's not a quantifiable thing. Okay, I don't care. It's a real thing, and they've got momentum right now. Thank you, Sickotron. And I would not.
Ian, he said, I am in the minority of people who pronounce it that way. My parents thought it sounded better than Ian. It's always a challenge to get people to pronounce it correctly. So yes. I said it multiple ways. Which way was correct? Fix me on that one. And then End of Zed asked, any fear of the Bills? Yes, I'm terrified. My butt will be clinched the entire game, just like it was clinched the entire game last Sunday or Saturday. So I'm terrified. Yeah, the Bills were the Bills are the only team that legitimately beat us, because the Broncos beat us, but we didn't have any starters in. So I'm terrified of the Bills. I think we can get them. It's hard to beat a team twice. So I feel good about it, but yeah, I'm scared. I'm really, really scared. A lot of Bills fans in the comic book community, so there's a lot of shit talking on the line as well. But can't wait. Excited to be here. It's great to be a Chiefs fan. And I think that's it. I think that's everybody here tonight. So we got a guest tonight. So let's, we got to get right into this.
You got to get right into it. Yeah. So, last football thing is the Bears. First of all, I'm sorry, Phil. Yes, they did lose the game. I was rooting for them in that game. It just didn't. It just didn't happen. I'm also kind of sorry that we stole your coach, but not really. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, sorry about the Lions, Phil. That sucks.
Yes, I mean, that's yeah, Marcus. Maybe that could be your Shawshank Redemption, but it's a whole series though, and it's not fair to make him watch a whole series that he's not even seen before. So it's maybe one episode, the pilot episode of the TV series, and see if it's your cup of tea. Because it all starts with the murder of Laura Palmer. It's all like everything does. It's just and they call in this FBI agent, Special Agent Dale Cooper, who was in the Red Room, and it just blossoms from there and just goes down this weird lane.
I wonder if that's where Ed Piskor got his name for his series, Red Room. I wonder if that's a Twin Peaks reference.
I'm not sure. Well, I think it more refers to the bloody aspects of it, but I don't know. I mean, I guess we'll never know because unfortunately he can't tell us. But I think it's more for the bloodiness of it all. I guess, but I could be wrong. Yeah, but it's an excellent series, man. The first season and the third season are the best to me. The second season was kind of like, oh, okay, and the ending was good for the second season, but I don't want to spoil it too much. But yeah. Anyhoozle, let's talk comics because we do have a guest coming up, and we don't want to keep them. And it works out so well because I didn't pick up a ton of comics today because Diamond's circling the drain, and stuff is late again. So there you have it. So I can just go through those real quick.
Okay. Iron is the way. Okay, I got you.
Iron. Okay.
Iron. Okay. Interesting.
Okay, it's just like it's spelled. Yeah, okay. That makes sense. All right. Go ahead saying. I was trying. Okay. Oh. Yeah, well, it's hard to, I'm used to people calling me Alonzo and Alfonso and all kinds of things too, so I totally feel you. First thing from the shop was, I don't know why I bought it, just because it's an ash can, and it was like
Let's
the same price
dangerous
as a regular book.
Did you ever watch that cartoon?
I missed that era pretty much.
Yeah, I never got into Darkwing Duck myself.
I didn't. I maybe see a few like seconds of it as I'm channel surfing, but it looked pretty cool. It's like it's Disney, high production values and all that. So I just picked it up, and it's your typical ash can, unlike the ash can that the ash can I had that I was supposed to be talking about tonight. But another story. And the second ash can is another book that I honestly never even freaking heard of. But I bought a couple of Mark Spears covers for this book, so I bought the ash can too.
You never heard of Silverhawks?
I missed that era. I mean, that was like
I did watch this one when I was a kid.
Was that an offshoot of Thundercats, or were they not affiliated?
I don't think so. No, I think it's separate. I'm not an authority, but in my memory, it's its own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I got nothing on this, but it's like, okay, I'll take this one. And just like the other one, it's just a little black and white preview. Ash can is such a broad term. Sometimes it's a full book. Sometimes it's just some sketches to get you interested in the story that's coming up. I read this. I just picked it up this week. I've already read it. The New Gods #1, and it is good. This is a Ram V thing. All Father has sent Orion to do his bidding, and his bidding involves killing this child that's going to be born. And he stops by and tells Mr. Miracle about that to give him fair warning. Like, dude, I got to do this, but I'm giving you a fair warning, so you can try and stop me if you want to. But I got to do this thing. And then the child is introduced at the end. I haven't had a chance to read #2 yet. Looks like a good start, though. I knew little to nothing about the New Gods, and I was able to read this and not have any problem. So you can just jump right on if you want to.
Now we got a couple more sneaking in here. Canadian Survivalist is here. Our friends from the North. Maybe they could be our fellow Americans someday.
Hey.
if Trump pushes that, if we
God.
militarily take over that country or something. We also got Mojo88 in the house. What up, Mojo? Thanks for joining us.
What's happening? What is happening? Yeah, it's like Silverhawks, just like Thunder. Yeah, just like Thundercats. Yeah, as far as I'm concerned, sure. Same thing, but different. The DC stuff came in because there's not much DC this week, and Lunar. Is it Lunar or Luna? I think it's Lunar. The distributor.
I think, yeah.
Lunar is doing what distributors do and sending books on time. So I got Wonder Woman, Ultimate or Absolute. I always get those mixed up. Absolute Wonder Woman #4. One behind on this, but I'll catch up in no time because these are awesome books. Oh, then you are welcome, Perry. That's my job. Action is my reward. I can swing off into the sunset now. And then there is what is this? Second printing of number 2 of Absolute Wonder Woman. Getting the second printings for a while now, and the third printings, I'll probably stop after the third or fourth like that, but they're so good. And this is, I think, the third printing of number 1. So this is another excellent artwork that they're talking about, that Ian is talking about in the chat there. And guess who's back? Your friend and mine, the Naked Lady. She's back from World Tree, and she's wreaking havoc again. That's what she does. That's what she does best, and it's a wonderful story. I had a chance to catch up on this. It is still good.
I saw Tynan on social media saying that we weren't going to believe what happened in 13 or 14. I can't remember which issue he said, but he said we are not going to believe it. So that's crazy. I am saying Wonder Woman gets great artists, but people have been complaining about Hayden Sherman's art on Absolute Wonder Woman. And I understand where they're coming from. It's kind of grown on me. And there's certain spots, there's certain panels where it really works, and then some panels where it doesn't really work. But yeah, it's kind of hit and miss. But Absolute Wonder Woman is my favorite Absolute book so far. But I have not read Superman, which is last night I did a poll, and that was everyone else's favorite. So that might change.
Yeah. Superman is probably my number 2. I like them all, but I don't dislike any of them. You just got a prejudice against Batman because of the damn regular series. That's all. You just don't like you don't like the Zdarsky Batman because we've all spent like $100 on worthless books from that series. Don't hold it against the Absolute. It's a whole different universe. I'm trying to not be that guy. It's difficult. All right. Tin Can Society. Tin Can Society. I think I need to read the last one of this one too. So I'm a little behind, not too far behind, but a little behind on this great series that I love. One of my favorites of last year. I'm going to call it right now because it was so well written. Also from the Rick Remender Giant Generator imprint. Man, who's doing it better now? Is he doing it better?
He's killing it.
Yeah. I can't think of anybody. Everything that comes out of here is Penultimate Books under a Giant Generator. Hint, hint. You know what I mean? I think you do. All right. And the last one that I got from the shop is a 1 in 25 from last week's. Was it 2 weeks before last? This just came into the shop. The 1 in 25 for Lucky Devils #1. This is the Glitter Kitty Cat. I got the Glitter Kitty Cat for what's the last one? 8 Billion Genies. I got that one. Had it graded. Came out as a 9.6, which is fine for I got it on
for a PC buy.
Yeah. And this one I'll probably do the same because I already got the 8 covers and all that. These are just for I guess us cat lovers. I think Ryan Brown. Was it Ryan Brown or Charles Soule that love the cats? I think they both. Maybe they both love cats. I don't know. They both have the silent E. They both. They always do. They did one for the first series, curse words. They did one, of course, from 8 Billion Genies, and did one for this, which is, I guess, every series they do, they got kind of a thing going. The Glitter Kitty is going to be the 1 in 25. It's one of the hardest ones to get for some reason. I guess.
We'll see if that one blows up like 8 Billion Genies did. And you've corrupted Larry. He's got a booty cover coming, thanks to you, you pervert.
Which one? Oh, like you. I'm the pervert, right?
You can have it.
Okay. You will feel the pain. Oh yeah, I got that one coming too, man. It should be here today, but it didn't come. But good for you, Larry. That's awesome. That's awesome. Welcome to the Corrupted Booty Club. All right. So,
I've been here a while.
I know, man. Man, you're the chairman of said club.
I'm not only a client, I am also the president.
That's right. Cy Sperling. Blast from the past there. I tell you. All right, so we're close enough to the 6:30 thing to bring on our guest, who is Sam from Sinopa Publishing, and we talked about a little bit about this last week. I think I showed you the books last week, and I should have had I can pull it up real quick. Got a couple of minutes. I pull up. Maybe I should do. I would do that. I don't fuck with Facebook. I would go to their Facebook page, but I don't mess with them. So
I don't even have one anymore. Yeah.
Oh, and I nuked my my X page a long time ago, so I'm done with that.
With your what page?
Twitter. I refuse to call it X.
Oh,
stupid. I refuse.
Yeah, I was doom scrolling Twitter today. It was pretty depressing.
Oh God, Twitter is a cesspool of just, porn bots and things, and people trying to, send malware to your device. Let's see, was it drive-through? Maybe it wasn't drive-through. Maybe it was a different deal here. I could probably just bring him on. He could tell us where to go, but that would make too much sense. I think I was just there yesterday, so I think I can find the page that had all the stuff on it. I was just there yesterday. They must have moved it. I don't know.
I got a lot of work done today, Perry.
Okay, how dare you, sir?
How dare you?
He says drive-through in the back chat.
Oh, okay. Thanks for checking that, because I can't see that here. Nope. I'm gonna go back to there. Yeah, drive-through look a little. I think it must have been drive-through.
Fuck you, Barry.
Yeah. I know. No, you children behave. All right. The largest. Yeah, I'll just bring him out. I'll put it on drive-through, and he can help navigate us through that deal here. So let's just bring on the man himself, Sam from Sinopa Publishing. Let's give a round of applesauce for him.
How's it going, gentlemen?
Pretty good. About you, man?
Hanging in there. I'm going to take these glasses off because that glare is a bit much.
Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah. So I'm
comics, man. Comics. It's a wild start to the year for comics, isn't it?
It is.
Shout out to Diamond.
I know, right?
Yes, right. You got an officer of the law here. Pull the stream over. All right. Oh no, it's because I was making a comment about these children. Okay, I'm a little late behind the comments here. So. Whoa, Perry is just stunned by your beauty, Sam. So. Handsome man.
Well, I guess we better put these back on. I can't see without them anyway.
That's why I'm leaving mine on, dude. I can see fine. I just can't see the chat. I can't see the small print.
Yeah, I can't make that out without the glasses. I got old, man, and my eyes went bad.
That's the only thing worse than getting old is not getting old.
Not getting old, yep. Beats the alternative, doesn't it?
Oh my God, absolutely. Absolutely and fruitly. All right, so I want to share the screen with I can share it here. I will present.
I like the art in the background there, by the way. What's up, baby?
Ooh, original art, right?
This is poster-sized versions of some of the covers. That's the crowdfunding cover for Tibby and her time-traveling psychedelic mushrooms.
What's up, Tibby girl? Call me.
Original cover for 47 Furious Tales.
Let me make it big for a second here so people can know.
That one's Reign of Ages issue 2.
Breeze. Oh, here we go. Rain. Okay.
Yep. She got them hips. What's up?
Tibby. Wearing those gloves that never dissipate.
Yep. Those magic bubbles that frustrate so many people.
Tiny bubbles.
I tell you, it's the only thing that we actually had any, I guess, the best feedback that wasn't like glowing reviews was, why won't the bubbles come off? So for issue 2, we've got a lot of instances where there are no bubbles, but there's a lot of stuff going on in issue 2. We're going to Woodstock in issue 2. That's our next trip. So
Woodstock,
the original Woodstock or 99 Woodstock?
99 was kind of lame, so we're doing 69.
The real Woodstock.
Yeah, so there's naked hippies everywhere. My dad is actually going to be watching this show on replay later, and so he already knows this, but he might have forgotten. He's going to actually be in the comic. My dad was an outlaw biker at the time, and so we're slapping him in on a bike that is kind of like what he used to have. So,
okay.
Yep.
Very cool. Shout out to the pops.
Now, I'll tell you, there's a lot of stuff on the Sinopa store. We make RPG stuff, art prints, comics, and just fun. The digitals on here are nice because with we do a lot of crowdfunding. And so 1, it makes fulfillment easy, and 2, if someone has like a hard drive failure or anything, they don't have to worry about trying to track me down because Drive-Thru holds a list of what you have there, just like Steam does for video games. And so you can always come back and download your stuff again if something happens to your phone or your hard drive.
Very cool.
These are all your products here that I'm looking at?
Yeah, everything in there goes from us. We've got 26 different artists that I work with pretty regularly on different projects. Right now, we've got, let me put this down so you guys can hear me better. This year, we're going to be releasing our second issue of Tibby and Her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms. We'll be publishing issue 4 of Necroholic for Brian Lee. Reign of Ages issue 4 and Reign of Ages issue 5. 5 will be towards the end of the year. 47 Furious Tales issue 4. And then we have our very first licensed property that will actually probably going to push to 2026 because we need a little more promotion time for it. But what we did get, I'll show later on, is we got some foil art prints of the cover art for that project. And
we love shiny.
It is shiny. It looks badass. And then of course we've got a nice holochrome print of the cover for Tibby issue 2. But with the second cover on that's not safe for work. It's more exposed than the bubble bath one, so we don't want to get you demonetized.
That's a trick.
My intention.
Will they do that? Did they actually scan for naked body parts and then just punish you for it?
Well, what I'll do is I'll share it with you, and so you can be able to see it, and then you can make the decision if you want to show it or not.
Okay.
But I'm not one to like, thump my chest or anything, but honestly, I think the Not Safe for Work cover is probably the cover of the year.
Oh, wow.
And I when you see it, you understand why, because it's very artistic, very tastefully done, and honest to God, I'll put it up against, it's beautiful, isn't it? That's for issue 1.
Nice. Yeah.
Of course, we have the same art team for issue 2. Our cover artist is our interior line artist, Damian Torres. Some of you guys know him from his work on Red Sonja. He's just absolutely amazing. Actually, he's working on 2 pieces for issue 2 over the next couple of days, and then we're going to send them to Dakota Erhan for colors.
Okay. Because Damien did the cover art, the complete cover art for this cover here. He did the colors and everything.
Right, and then the line art on the interior. Yeah.
Line art on the interior. Yeah, it looks great. Looks great. I mean, you can see, I know you can see Marcus, that, and Damien too, if you're watching, that Tibby is very thick. So she's,
well, she's modeled after the lady up the street. She's supposed to look like what real women look like. So.
That's right. That's right.
My search terms are thick MILF, so I'm all in, baby. Let's go.
Don't Tibby. Tibby she's an inspiring social influencer, but she's also a woman with a degree in what is it in I forget what it is, in some kind of science.
Botany
Yeah.
and chemistry. Botany and chemistry, yeah.
Yeah.
And the world being what it is, her job right now is working in a marijuana dispensary because she hasn't been able to find a job in the lab.
Yeah.
So we get to play a lot with like some of the snarky comments from her Instagram page and stuff like that in the book. And there's little Easter eggs scattered throughout, which is fun. You know, we had one of my friends that she does a lot with Instagram. She got a pretty sizable following. Well, not like millions or anything, but I think like 30,000 or something like that.
Oh,
and I showed her the panel with the comments on her phone, and she's like, "Jesus, I can relate to this."
Totally, yeah, yeah. You know, the marketing and all that stuff, yeah. And average clicks, yeah. I can relate to that too. Yeah, that's just so real. Yeah, it's kind of a cool, trippy kind of a book because she she's working in the dispensary. She's growing cannabis and is growing mushrooms too. And then she
the stuff in the room in her house where she's growing her homegrown stuff. Yeah.
Oh, that's her house. Okay, that's her house. That's her own personal stash. Man.
Yeah, that's her personal stash. Our girl likes to get down a little bit, you know.
Yeah. Well, you know,
a whole table of plants growing.
I know, man. It's like, you know, oh wow, just a little bit of this and a little bit of that, you know. And next thing you know, she's on this trip. I don't want to give too much of it away. And then there's a nice twist at the end. Now, all three of your books have a nice twist on them. All the books that you publish, I should say. And then you edit the last one that I read here. They have a nice a little surprise at the end, which is very cool. I like that. You know, it's one of the hardest parts to get something, you know, to get the viewers going one way, and oh, this thing happened. You know, so it's very cool.
Yeah, we try to make comics fun. You know, we try to have something that you enjoy reading one to the next. You know, try to avoid like pointless filler, and you know, where we need action, we try to get the action where it makes sense. 47 Furious Tales is a really good example of that. A lot of that's owed to Alexia Veldhausen, particularly for 47, because she's the artist, and she and I work together when we edit through the script to make sure everything flows nicely. She's also the editor on the first 3 books of Reign of Ages and on Tibby and her time traveling psychedelic mushrooms. So she's absolutely remarkable, worth every penny.
Jan asked, "What are we showing on screen?" This is Drive-Through RPG. This is I'm just, you know, he's educating me like I'm 12 years old because I don't know. Role-playing games, is that what the RPG stands for here?
Right, and Drive-Through has Drive-Through RPG, Drive-Through Comics. They all integrate together. Most of our sales volume actually comes through Drive-Through for digital, like almost all of it. We've got Tibby is on with Global Comics through the Anarch Press label. And we do a lot more on Drive-Through under our own label than they're doing on that one right now. But for Drive-Through, Tibby's moved between direct sales starting late 2023 when we first fulfilled the Kickstarter and everything on time, yay. And through last year and to where we are now, between direct sales and using it for digital fulfillment for other crowdfunding campaigns, we're at about 5,000 copies sold.
Wow.
Through Drive-Through, and then about 3,000 copies, a little over 3,000 copies on print that we've sold so far between the first the Kickstarter campaign, our subsequent second chance campaigns, and then all the conventions we've gone to. Plus, we ship directly to a little over 30 store locations that we've been servicing since the pandemic first broke out, and we just ship boxes to those guys once they tell us how many they want.
Oh, wow. So you are a full service publisher.
Trying, yeah.
Okay.
Don't quite do the volume we'd like to do, you know. Little peek behind the curtain here in Oz is that we have to crowdfund, because when you look at distributing to store locations, retailers, and we put out through like the store locations we have I ship directly to a lot of comic shops directly. But then Adam Watson with Comics Mainstream Distribution also distributes stuff for us through liquor stores out in Oregon, along with marijuana dispensaries, toy stores, gas stations. We're on spinner racks in I think 20 locations in Oregon through them. So that's been really nice. Actually, I just got paid today.
Wow.
And so that's
Nice.
that's always good. It's always good to get paid.
Hell yeah.
Well, that's really cool, because I know a lot of folks who complain that you have to go to a comic shop to find comics. So it's really cool that you're expanding the places that these things can be seen. I like that a lot.
And here locally in Kentucky, we have comics in a local place here in town that's a retro game store called Retro's the Vault. And then we're actually on a spinner rack in one of the largest tattoo parlors in Cincinnati. And the only thing they sell though is Tibby, and I've got to go restock them this weekend. So they've been really good to us.
Sounds like one of those good problems.
Yeah, it's a good thing to have. Now, the one thing you'll hear that some people say I'm a little nuts about, we don't reprint floppies with the same cover. So that's one reason when we did the Tibby campaign, it's actually my largest press run to date. We printed 5,000 copies of the regular cover with the trade dress. We printed 400 version variants and then 50 holochromes, and that's all that will ever be printed of those. And then when we have to print more, I'll call Damien, say, Damien, we need a new cover, and away we go. So when Antarctic Press put our book out, I commissioned a new cover, and then we used like a raw line art version of the crowdfunding cover for the foil that Antarctic Press put out, which was awesome to have your first book through mainstream distribution have a foil variant. I gotta tell you, that was amazing.
Wow. Yeah.
I like that a lot, and I know a lot of collectors like that a lot. They want their book to feel special, and that's a great way to accomplish that. So very cool.
Speaking of which, on Reign of Ages, number 1 here, I got the cover B. It feels like it's, I don't know, is it not velour? It's not velour, but it's like it's a matte finish kind of.
All of the books that we get for our main releases, other than our holochromes, they have that satin soft touch finish on them. We do that with all of our crowdfunding books. Period. Really? So we usually have, depending on paper availability, we usually have at least 100-pound cardstock cover. When we can get it, we go as high as 130. Yeah. The only problem with that is it actually does affect shipping costs.
Yeah.
But it's so worth it, because like the books themselves, like, give you an idea. Let me grab one that is one of my personal ones. Comic, boom. It stands up by itself.
Yeah. No Marvel comic's going to do that.
Now, the release through Antarctic Press is not that heavy of a grade, but for all of our crowdfunding covers, we're using that heavy stuff. And then the 80-pound silk finish paper on the interior. Whether it's black and white like Reign or everything else that's color, it's just beautiful, beautiful books.
Yeah, Reign is black and white, but it's beautifully done. And like I said, the cover is just gorgeous. And
the fun part is the artist on that he's a colorist instructor at the Kubert School, and he really wanted to show people that he could do line art as well. Nick Capone, yeah, and you'll see his name here recently on Vampirella. He's done some colors on Vampirella and a few other titles as well. In addition to teaching full time, and he also has his own book out called Purity that he puts out through crowdfunding. Just a whole lot of stuff going on with him. Just a tremendous guy. He's actually also coloring our yet undisclosed comic for our first licensed product. So he's done some really amazing stuff for that.
Ooh, very cool.
And he taught Dakota Erhan, who's the colorist on the interior for Reign.
Oh, nice. Okay. Who do you use as a publisher, may I ask, for a printer? I'm sorry.
I use Mixam for everything except for our holochromes. Our holochromes we get through Comics Wellspring, because Mixam doesn't offer that service.
Mixam, M-I-X-O-M?
M-I-X-A-M.
Okay.
We've been printing with them since 2018.
Okay.
And we have a corporate discount along with them that doesn't depend on us advertising for them, but we print a lot through them. There for a while, they had a feature on their website that showed you just how much you'd spent on printing through them, and they took that down.
What?
Hopefully they'll put it back up. But I remember I was looking at it and I was like, I can't look at this anymore because the last time I looked at it, we were well over $30,000 in printing that we'd done with them. And now here we are, I guess like 2 years later, and I'd hate to open that tab if it were still available.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
We print a lot.
Which is when you're moving product though, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
The
thing too is that we have to print a lot if we're going to achieve an economy of scale so that we can directly ship to our supporting stores. Because like our supporting stores are usually able to put stuff on the shelf at $5. And they'll buy, like 20 or 30 books at a time or whatever between the different titles that we offer. Now, we are not yet up to like a monthly release schedule by any stretch of the imagination. But we should have between 6 and 8 comics out this year.
That's huge for an indie publisher.
Yeah, for indie, yeah, that's really good, man.
Well, we're trying, man. We're trying.
Wow. All right. And Lorraine, I mean, who comes up with the characters? Are you the main writer? It looks like you're the writer for the first 2 books here of Rain and of Tibby.
I write Reign of Ages. I write Tibby, Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms. I write 47 Furious Tales. Brian Lee is the creator of Necroholic, but I don't think I had a #1 on hand at the time to send to you with that. I'll have to get you one in that when we get restocked. And then also I've got, I'm doing the writer adaptation on the License Project, and I have a new series that we're in the pre-production phase titled 1 in a Million. And that one is our first superhero title. And that's going to be something. I think everyone's going to get a kick out of it.
I like that title.
And what else we got? I also write the RPG stuff that you see here in Drive Through, and of course you can see the comics in this page too as well. But when you look at everything we put out since we opened in 2017, there's a lot there.
Oh yeah. If I clicked on some of these, it'd take me to the page where this is sold, and there'd be like more photos of the posters or books.
Right, it'd be photos of the posters, the books. We've also got like map sets for our D&D adventures in there. They're digital downloads people can print on their own computers. Pardon me, so I don't have to wait. Their poster sizes are a little bit different. They're on 12 by 18, whereas the ones that I print through Mix'em are 11 by 17. But we've got some gorgeous stuff between our posters and everything else. And then we also end up offering things like our mugs and such through our crowdfunding campaigns. And then our Fund My Comics store, I am currently reworking to update product and to update shipping. But we should have that back up, I think, next week. It was supposed to be up last week, but then we had some family issues, and I've been sidelined in the meantime. But yeah, just really fun to see how far we've come since we started. And of course, all of our artists are get contracts for the work that they're doing. They're paid on time in real money, so they don't have to worry about that. And usually our crowdfunding stuff, I'll go ahead and we'll raise money through sales through the course following fulfillment, and then use that money to do the first few pages of whichever project's coming up in that title line. And that way we get ready for the next crowdfunding campaign with as many pages as we can get done. And then people come out and have been fabulous for supporting us.
Nice. Very cool. I tell you, I loved all the books that you sent me, but I think I may have, I don't know, just a skosh bit more liked the Necroholic, only because she's such a train wreck,
You did? Okay, I can't remember if I sent you one or not. Yeah, Necroholic by Brian Lee.
Yeah, you sent me #1. Yeah, #1 of Necroholic. It's a very nice virgin cover here.
Very nice.
And each issue also has its own cocktail recipe in it.
Yes, that is so cool.
Yep. I would be really careful with the Wake the Dead shooter. There's a lot of tequila in there.
Oh, right up my alley.
It will hurt you if you're not careful. I mean, it's woo. That one was tough, man. That one was tough.
Yeah.
I have a funny story for that though. When we went to print issue 3, right? I sent it. We'd gone through editorial twice on the book. You know, Brian had gone through it. I'd gone through it. We made our correction, gone through it again. Didn't see any problems. We send it to our printer, right? And I get a message from the print shop the next day. And it's from not from the print shop, from the rep, right? And it's like, hey, the guys in the print shop found a problem in the book. I'm like, really? What's going on? They're like, there's some text missing. I'm like, there's some text missing? Where? They said it's in the cocktail recipe. What the hell? And come to find out what was going on is the guys in the print shop, when Necroholic would come in, they would try the cocktail recipes. Well, when issue 3 came in, we had 2 lines that for whatever reason weren't on the right layer and they didn't come through. So I had to send them back to Brian, get him to correct that, and then re-up it. We would have never caught it if the guys in the print shop weren't drinking whatever was in there.
Very cool.
So hats off
drinking
to the guys.
pays.
Yeah.
Hats off to the guys who were drinking the cocktails in Necroholic. Please, for the love of God, be careful because some of these are terribly strong.
Oh, that's like an ounce of silver tequila and an ounce of Patron XO Cafe and a half ounce of espresso.
Yep.
Add ice, tequila and espresso. The mixing glass, shake well, strain into a shot glass, and enjoy.
Yep.
Sounds good to me. What's wrong with that?
Well, the first one was real easy. The second one was real easy. After the third, I don't remember a whole lot.
Yeah. I wouldn't recommend more than 2 of those.
No, yeah. Don't get into a drinking contest with the artist who's 20 years younger than you.
Oh no, don't do that. Yeah. And this is the continued story page for the last page of the book. Love that.
Love that. The next cocktail to be featured.
Yep. Yes, man. I love this.
Very cool.
Black paper and everything. Very, very cool. And there she is, like, no, ma'am, you've been cut off. You can't have any more. This is it.
Brian Lee, the creator of Necroholic, I've actually known him since he was 10 years old, back in 1999, right? And because he would come into my comic shop that I used to own at the time. And I'm friends with his brother, his dad, his mom. They're really like family to me. And he wanted to get the book out, and I other than that book, I've only ever published my own work. So he's really the canary in the coal mine as we work to get stuff out. Now the challenge with Necroholic is because of the content. There are a lot of stores that won't put it on the shelf because of the cocktail recipe, right?
Really?
Yeah. That has been a real problem, particularly in Tennessee. We haven't been able to get any of the stores we normally supply in Tennessee to carry it on the shelves.
Is it a dry state? What's up with that?
I don't know, but they won't carry it, and they've told me specifically it's because of the cocktail recipe. And I'm like, well, we can't pull the cocktail recipe out of the book. That's just not something we can do.
My guess is that they think that comics are for kids, and this is a alcoholic cocktail in a comic book. Therefore, I don't want to encourage kids to read. It's kind of backwards thinking.
Well, this one really isn't meant for kids anyway. But then again, neither is Rain and neither is Tibby.
Of course.
47 is probably safe for teenagers. And then 1 in a Million is targeted as an all-age demographic. But it's Phil, they're a little uptight.
Yeah,
I mean, don't get me wrong, they're good guys, but is what it is.
Yeah, they're just bending the pressure from other people, I'm sure.
Yeah. But I'll tell you, the thing about publishing Necroholic is that I get to read the book before anyone other than Brian and his dad, right? And so every time I get that in, it's like, oh yeah. Now I've actually been blessed to be able to read the entire series outline. It's outlined for 24 issues.
Wow.
So yeah, a lot of work from Brian going into this. So I'm really looking forward to issue 4. If his schedule were a little less intense, we'd probably get 2, maybe 3 issues out a year. But right now we're churning about 1 a year. And hopefully by the time we get to 6, things will calm down enough to where we can get to 2 or 3.
Okay.
But as you've seen from the artwork in Necroholic, it's one of those things where it's just gorgeous. Actually, you know what? I'm sitting here, we're talking about the art, and I could be showing it. Let me go grab Necroholic by Brian Lee. Issue 1. Let's see here. We'll go ahead and let me find.
And while he's looking that up, guys, links are in the chat, both for the Sinopa Publishing Instagram, if you guys want to plug in on that, as well as the drivethrurpg.com website. Links are in the chat, guys. Plug into that. Not that one. That was an accident. Link is in the chat.
Okay, here we go.
So plug in on this and go ahead and create your account, guys. Get plugged in. Let's support indie comics.
Yep.
No, I just did. I just signed up.
There we go.
Nice. Nice.
So the art on this is incredible.
Wow.
It's consistent, which is something that unfortunately we don't see in a lot of titles anymore, but it's always to the same standard. And he just puts a lot of care and attention into this.
Wow, that looks great.
And sometimes it's one of those things where, he could draw the pages, in a day and get it knocked out in a month, right? But it wouldn't be to the same high quality. So we can be quick or we can be good. And so we're going to be good and make sure that every issue just really, really strikes everyone. I don't know how well that's going to show up for you guys, but
good
looks great to me.
I know, right?
There we go.
It looks good. Yeah.
And then let me share something else with you real quick. We'll see if you want to share this one with
yeah.
And Willie's that, and shout out to Willie Survive who snuck in. What title was that you just shared? He's asking.
It's Necroholic, issue 1 by
okay.
Brian Lee. Issues 1 through 3 are available in digital format on DriveThru, but they are also available in print copy directly to the artists themselves. Because what we do is we print, and then Brian sells them in conjunction with the website Vampire Freaks, and so he gets an incredible return on this. This is the censored for social media. Censored for social media. NSFW cover for Tibby and Her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms issue 2.
I'm in love.
It is like I said, when you pull the Sinopa foxes off of it, the level of detail is pretty remarkable. To give you an idea.
See, for anybody wondering, I like my women with legs and hips like that. That's how I like it.
And of course, we also have our prints that we made available for it, but these are uncensored. So,
hello.
But like I said, this is, I think, probably the best looking cover you're going to see in 2025.
No argument.
I mean,
I am a huge fan of this cover. I want it, actually. I want this. I need this.
And we should be on Kickstarter in March. Or maybe late February. It kind of depends, but we're going to get some more.
That's right.
Grown comics. That's right.
The children's at home.
Yeah, issue 1, of course, took us back to dinosaurs. Issue 2 for Tibby takes us to 1969 to Woodstock. And then issue 3 is taking us to Victorian England, and we're bouncing around in different epics. And then each
I'm a sucker for period pieces.
Fully contained story. So you don't have to worry about say, hey, we got this, but I need this to finish it. No, everything's in one book. Every story's in one book. So it makes the book a little thick, which I think Lorenzo can attest to on that one. It's got a little heft to it.
Yes.
But
as a book should.
As a book should, yeah. But we are definitely. Let me go ahead and kill that before we alarm the censor.
Warning.
Before I get too excited, I was loving her.
And this one is the safe. I guess we can call it safe for work. The safe for work version which Damien went ahead and just made her really high.
Ah,
I do
And
love
we've
those
got,
redheads.
that's at Woodstock.
this is at
Yeah.
Woodstock.
Okay.
Yep. And since we are not licensed through any of the artists there, we aren't naming any of the artists, and this is definitely not Hendrix back here. So
No.
you know,
Oh no.
I'm still in that, Willie. I love
that
that.
Tylenol is strong. Yeah, Willie, man, I'm gonna
Oh.
tell you something. You should read issue 1, and you'll be in for a real treat. Although the bubbles will make you mad.
Man,
Um,
those bubbles just wouldn't go away at issue
They
1.
wouldn't go away. But now here's the thing that we're doing for that. The crowdfunding copy for issue 2 is going to have 4 extra pages in it over the main distribution version. And it's getting 4 NSFW splash pages. And so actually Damien earlier today was starting on the one where she's in the shower. So it's they're done just like the cover is, very tastefully done, but beautiful and definitely something you enjoy to look at. Really looking forward to seeing how people continue to enjoy Tibby, because issue 1 got really good response. We started our fulfillment right before I went to 2023 NYCC, and then because our print run was running a little late because it was huge. 5,000 copies takes a while to run.
Yeah.
And then ship. I think it's probably the shipping more than anything, because we had it split between going to Pennsylvania to Brian's place where he and I were commuting across to NYCC, and then the load that came here for me, and my buddies brought it in and put it up for me when it got here. But it was something, man. It was really something to see how people responded to it. And then the Anarch press release, the pre-order was okay. We did I think 1,500 in pre-orders, but we're still getting information on the reorders, so I should have the reorder total by the end of the month. But
Cool.
definitely something that people latched on to, and I'm really enjoying putting it out.
Yes. A lot of people have to latch on to Tibby.
I know, right?
Tibby's a hottie. I'm a fan.
And Reign of Ages too. Reign's a real hot one too. People really enjoy her. But that's got that kind of dark fantasy with a little bit of comedy, kind of heavy metal meets ElfQuest vibe to it,
Yeah. Rain had a twist I didn't see coming either. At the like, whoa, what's going to happen here?
Yep.
Like this elfin like a group of people, and well, I don't want to give too much of it away, but yeah, it's a war going on, and then what happens at the end is pretty. There's so many possibilities, that could happen.
So we continued that adventure in issue 2 and issue 3. Issue 4 and 5 will wrap up that first arc, and then starting with issue 6, we'll use the same full episodic release that we do like for Tibby. So everything for the story will be in one. And issue 6 on Reign of Ages will be the comic books story version of our best-selling D&D adventure, which is Death Comes to Glenfollow. Reign of Ages is actually set in the campaign world for those adventures. So being the owner of that setting, we get to play in my own sandbox to our heart's content. Tibby's co-owned, not Tibby, pardon me, but Reign of Ages is actually co-owned by myself and Nick Capone. We jointly developed that. And we just play in my sandbox. I write, he draws. We produce some really beautiful stuff, and we've got some great folks. Nick is actually going to be doing all of the cover art for the main distribution through the direct market. And so we'll see some new original covers for him after we fulfill issue 5, because we'll put those out after that so that everyone can get those in their local comic shops. Assuming, of course, that there are still local comic shops.
Oh, God. Please let there be.
I hope so, man. I love comic shops.
Me too. I think there will be. I think we'll get through this. I mean, we've gotten.
I'm doing my best to support mine. I'll tell you that.
Yeah. I mean, we know the big guys are going to survive. We're just worried about the smaller publishers and creators.
Well, I mean, I'm still calling every small shop I can get a number for, because if they need some books to sell, so long as we've got, so long as I can make at least $5 net on a box of books, I'm fine. And so that usually, $30 30 copies out, shipped out to them between 4 different title lines and let them test it with their local markets. And the good results usually abound. Really happy with how people have been taking that up.
Okay. All right, Sam, before we let you go, I know you've had such, in my estimation, great success doing the publishing and the writing and all that, and you moved more books than I've ever moved in my life as an indie publisher, quote unquote publisher. And I noticed that you did have a failed Kickstarter.
We've had five failed
Okay.
Kickstarters.
I just noticed that one. Yeah.
Yeah, no, we've had five failed Kickstarters.
Mhm.
Because as weird as it is to say, well, actually, maybe more than 5. 47 Furious Tales. The first time we tried to launch on issue 1, issue 2, and issue 3, those first campaigns failed. Second one succeeded. We did a spur of the moment kind of campaign. Yeah, actually, it has been. It's been 7 actually that failed. Now I think about it. We did a Kickstarter for this thing that Kickstarter wanted to do about unusual use of their platform. And so we came up and it was kind of this thing where they let everyone know, like in I think it was August or late July, that in September they were going to do it. So you didn't really have a lot of time to plan. So I put together some stuff for a new role-playing game, and we did the Broken RPG Kickstarter, and we came nowhere near funding that one.
Wow.
And then we had Reign of Ages, issue 4 failed to fund on the first time, but that was right before the election. Everyone's crowdfunding was down. So I'm not too worried about that. We're going to relaunch that here in a few weeks. And then we had a campaign we did as a collaboration between all of the artists involved who I hire with Sinopa. Everyone had their own little 8-page story. We're putting it together in one book. It was going to come out like 80 pages or something like that between all the ones who were participating. And we didn't succeed on that one, unfortunately. But we've had 21, 22 successful Kickstarter campaigns, 2 successful Indiegogos, 1 successful crowdfunder, a couple successful Fund My Comic, small campaigns, bigger campaigns, but none of our campaigns have been like huge. You'd be amazed what we can do with a small amount of cash. Whether it's $4,000, $6,000, or Tibby that did a little over 9,000. We've been able to put books in everyone's hands. All of our backers get their stuff, and you've seen the quality that we put the books out in. So.
Absolutely. Yeah, my question was going to be like, how do you bounce back from a failed campaign? I've never done a campaign myself, and how do you view Indiegogo versus Kickstarter?
It's just like fighting in the ring, right? If you lose, you got to get back in there, train up, and get back in it. So with crowdfunder and Kickstarter and Indiegogo and all of this, if we have a failed campaign, okay, take a look at what went wrong. Actually analyze it. And 9 times out of 10, it's going to be the person who builds the campaign's fault. So it's mine. So, you have to recognize when you made a mistake and address that. Now sometimes it's just people aren't interested. And the big book that we were doing with everyone contributing, that was a good example of people just not being interested. But usually it comes down to promotion, which is why particularly for like our first license project, reaching out to every channel I can get a hold of people on, because we're going to be doing like pre-recorded interviews and such for everyone so that we can launch, and then everyone put their video out on their channels, and then everyone's audiences can take advantage of like those early bird specials, save themselves some money, get a hold of a good book. And I think that taking the time and then really, really pursuing your promotion is going to be key. That, and I'm changing tactics a little bit. I have been doing this since 2017, and I have never once used an email campaign. Never once. And I know people are like, well, holy crap, you must have a huge social media following. No, we have like 1,600 people following us on Twitter, and that's the biggest following we have. I think we've got like 500 people following us on Instagram or something like that. It's just that, as weird as it is to say, the folks who back our books come back and get more books. And whether it's from just that they like to support me, or they like that, we do our fulfillment right, or that, they enjoy the wild ass ideas I come up with. It's been tremendous to see, that number of people grow over the years. Because my first campaign in 2017 didn't hit $1,000, and we've fulfilled that despite our printer at the time making we actually had to get the book printed 3 times from them, because the first time they sent us the wrong books. They sent us someone else's books. So we had literally, and it was a D&D adventure that we did, and the books we got were a romance novel. So we had to ship it back to them.
Oh God.
Had to ship it back to them. And
which printer was that, may I ask? Just curious. Which printer sent you the wrong books?
They're not in business anymore.
Oh,
okay. The funny part is, I don't know if they bought them or not, but I don't print with them anymore.
Yeah.
But the second time we got it, they sent us our books and the covers were upside down. So we sent those back. And then the third time was the charm. They got it right. They just only sent us half of our books, and we had to wait for the second shipment. But I got fulfillment done, and then we got half of our books and went to the very first convention I could go as a vendor, and sold all those and felt like a big dude.
That's a big deal. Oh, wow,
I mean, it wasn't really a whole lot of books. It's like 100-something books, but we sold them.
Hey, so. You go in, with arms full, and you leave with empty arms. It was a good day, unless you got robbed.
Yeah,
so that's I call that a success. Especially early in your career.
Oh yeah. One of the things too is, I told you earlier, we put all of our guys on contracts, and the contracts I have with artists all have a clause in there that I have discretion to pay out bonuses if the title performs right. So my Kickstarter campaigns, my crowdfunding, they're not made to fully fund the books and the printing and everything. They usually are there because, like I said, we sell stuff, we get as much done as we can ahead of time, and then we get our campaign done, and that will finish the rest of the stuff we need for art, our printing, for the books that we're going to ship, and then our shipping, right? And then the rest of the stuff has been paid from previous sales, and we print as much as we can so that we can sell that stuff to make more money for the next one. But Tibby, as a good example, we actually broke even, got our return on that faster than we had on any other title, which is saying something, because 47 Furious Tales sells like crazy. But Tibby even outpaced that. And so when that happened, took and went into drive-through, and there's a really cool feature in there where you can assign royalties to contributors on books. And so every time someone buys a digital copy of Tibby from drive-through, a portion of those proceeds goes to to Damian Torres, to Dakota Erhan, to Alexia Veldhausen, who did the editing, to Taylor Esposito, who did the lettering, and to James Lee, who did the title card. So every one of those sales adds a few nickels or dimes into their accounts as well. Which is, I think, one of the reasons, if you take good care of your artists, you usually don't have too much trouble getting them to come work for you. Because, by and large, I've been working with the same talented pool of people, most of whom have been there since 2017.
Awesome.
Wow. That is very awesome. Yeah.
So take care of your people, and they'll take care of you.
There it is, right there. All
And
right.
I promised to show you guys something.
All right.
Not a lot of people have seen this. Now, we can't disclose the license on this yet because it hasn't been announced. But this is the the foil version. The holochrome isn't here yet, of the cover art by Damian Torres.
Wow.
And we'll have,
smoking.
To give you an idea why we did that, is that we also did some test prints for metal covers. So we did the line art, in the plain black and white. We did the full color test print in silver. And these are the actual metal covers. These are aluminum sheets that are adhered to the front on them.
Wow.
And then we did which one's which? We did the gold variant.
Ooh, shiny.
And then the rose gold copper.
You got multiple metal covers.
So we're looking at doing either the metal covers when this is ready to launch, or we may just do a holochrome variant. I'm having holochromes test printed from Comics Wellspring. So we'll see which one actually goes. Yeah, Phil, man. I'll tell you, this is the first metals we've ever done. The folks that we got these from were an absolute joy. If you are looking for a resource for getting metal covers done, we get them through Ready Comics, and they are here in the United States. So you get, keep it close to home. All of our printing is in the U.S. or in Canada, and that's just depending on paper supply, stock availability, and the current printing schedule. But most of our stuff is actually done here in the United States.
Yeah, I've worked with Comic Wellspring before. They do great work.
They do, yeah. All of the holochrome stuff that we do comes from Comics Wellspring. Nice. But I mean, mix them. I since I'm printing in offset volumes, we get a pretty good price point on that. So you print 2,000-3,000 books, and depending on your page count or whatever, you're now around $1. But back before inflation drove everything crazy, you could get 3,000 books at like 70 cents a piece, and I mean that made for a huge thing.
For real?
Yeah. I mean, but like when we did Tibby, the 5,000 copies we got, I think, for 84 cents a piece.
So the volume discount is real. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it really is. Economy of scale is real. But now the thing is you have to be able to store that kind of material. And so, like, I have this little home office that was a bedroom for like a week when I first moved in here, and it's been a home office ever since. And we've got probably 7,000 comics. Maybe 6,000 comics and merchandise right now. Wow. We got a couple of titles we need to get new covers made and order new press runs.
Wow. Well, you're getting it done, man. So again,
trying.
You're doing it. You're doing it. That's
very cool.
That's very cool. So Sinopa Publishing, man, I'm glad we finally got you on here. And
I love being here, guys. Thanks for having me. I'm sorry if I talk too much, everybody.
That's what you're here for. And I wanted to say before you get out of here, man, on that next Kickstarter, come back and see us. Come see me on Tuesday night for FOC and Chill. I'll be happy to push that, man, because it's very cool. So
cool. And
let us know.
Make sure you message me so I have that address, and we'll get you that package in the mail.
Very cool. Thank you so much, man.
Awesome. Thanks for stopping by, Sam. Man, we really appreciate you.
Lorenzo, I really hope that you enjoyed the books, and if not, give it to us straight and just hammer us on the review. We love to see that. Any constructive criticism is good criticism.
I did love the books, man. All three of them, man. You're doing a great job.
All right. Well, guys, I love the show. I'll keep on watching. And for everyone out there, if you get a chance, check us out on Drive-Thru, or you can also find us on Kickstarter. If you follow me on Kickstarter, it's probably the easiest way to get the cool stuff, because again, our Kickstarter covers are stuff you're only going to get on Kickstarter, or if you happen to find me at a convention. So.
Okay, well, I'm thinking I'm following you on Instagram now, so we will definitely be in touch.
Sweet. All right, guys, have a good one.
Take care, my friend. Be good. All right, that's awesome.
And Willie said, one of the best interviews, very informative. I definitely agree. I am definitely following on Kickstarter as well. Let me get that out there. And I did get the correct Drive-Thru link, which is specific to Sinopa Publishing. So definitely plug into that one. And then I just put the Kickstarter profile in as well. So follow that so that you can be ready to rock and roll when that next Kickstarter goes out. And I agree, Space Case. That art was Very nice.
Very-
Very nice.
Man, he's
And
operating.
I want the Tibby book, dude. I'm in love with her right now, dude. I'm not even joking. I'm in
Get that address.
love.
And I know you're not joking about
That woman, them hips, boy. Woo, that woman was
Ooh, man.
fine.
You have to wear out that she can have it button on that one.
She can have it if she wants it.
If she can have it if she wants it. Sorry, Janet.
Oh, that's awesome. That is so awesome. Man, that is one of the best interviews we have had on here, man. He is operating, man. He is cranking out
Love
thousands
to
of
see
books.
it. Love to see it. Yeah.
I wonder if some of these publishers we talk about every week are putting out that many books, you know. I wonder if, Vault or some of those smaller publishers that we see on here.
Imagine the shipping. What a nightmare. I have trouble shipping 6 books out. I couldn't imagine.
Hey, that's one thing I'm fairly good at. You know, I had to learn that in my last job. So once I get the sales going, I'll be able to ship them to you, no problem. So my problem is not having customers. If I can get some customers, I'll be golden. So man, that's awesome. That is super, super cool. So I want to do the real quick what's good, if y'all don't mind. I hope you don't. A couple of people came in while we were gone.
Space Case came in. Willie Survive came through.
Space Case, what's happening? Good to see you, Willie.
And
of course, we know my brother Willie. You got to give him his shout out. Where's Sydney? There he is.
Willie, don't do it, man. Not with that money.
I'm gonna have to watch that movie so I can understand.
Now that is your what's got my the one I didn't that I watched.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank, thank you very much. It's a Shawshank. That's your Shawshank right there. That's your assignment, Mr. Phelps. Should you decide to accept it, is to watch Brazen in the Sun with Sidney Poitier. Yes, that's the classic movie in lovely black and white.
And Space Case, I don't know what Mignola is. I have no idea.
Mignola? Mike Mignola, right?
What do you guys think of the new Mignola book?
Which one is that? I think he was doing a cover. Is he doing an entire story, or is he just doing a cover? He does covers now, pretty much. Willie's still into the Tylenol addict. He's a Tylenol addict, you know, kind of like the one. And what's that? The Power Fantasy, the Angel in the Power Fantasy. She's in the same category as Tibby. They both got the thickness, not the sickness, the thickness. All right.
Well, he spelled it 2 ways, Sycatron. He spelled it Magnolia and Mignola. Okay, so I was just saying it. Thanks for sounding it out for me, though, brother.
Holy for corpses. Yeah, well, you know, you want to cover all his bases. All right, so here we go.
Oh, we got Billy D. Before we go, Billy D. Shilliams is in the house. What up, Billy D? I like that name.
No way. Where is he? Oh my God! Yeah, you gonna let my hand fall off? I remember that from the Lady Sings the Blues. All right, I did Billy D. Williams, man. He did like I forget. It was like I think it was in the Midwest at the Motor City show one year. He was there during a Star Wars thing, and he had one of his panels. He had a panel that he was on, and Billy just spoke like with a whisper like this. And, you know, he was just talking real mellow as Billy D does, and you could hear a fucking pin drop. Nobody was saying shit in the room. It was like a room of like 100 people in there. We all just like locked in, listening to Billy talk, man. You got this low, smooth voice, man, just like in Lady Sings the Blues. You know. Not so much, Lando, but definitely he was his normal tone is definitely a soft-spoken fellow. All right, what are we gonna do here? We're gonna do what's good. Yes, that's it. What's good? What is good? You might ask. Well, I'll tell you right now, as soon as I can get the brand going here. What's good, folks? I'll tell you. Especially you, Phil. From a couple of weeks ago, there was this book called Dust to Dust, and this was from Image, and this is also on the Giant Generator, Rick Remender umbrella. This is a man that can do no wrong. It's written by J.G. Jones and Phil Bram, and art by J.G. Jones. Man, this thing is kind of like in sepia tone. I guess what you would probably call it. I could be wrong, but it's got this look of the 1940s Dust Bowl. That's when the crops just dried up and people just just blown under by packs of dust, and were moving out of Oklahoma and a few other states in the South. And it starts with this family is just doing just that. The kid is on the beginning, he's just like burning a bunch of centipedes because that's all they can thrive in and some shit like that. And he's just like, boy, come on, bring the dog and get in the truck and let's move on to California. They're heading west to California like the Clampetts, because there ain't nothing there for them in Oklahoma. They had a little homestead there. I guess they were sharecroppers, couldn't make any money there. The sheriff shows up just to, see what's going to happen with him because he's sent there by the richest man in town, who of course owns everything. He doesn't give a shit. There's nothing to grow. I want my money for my house, and all that's for my rent and all that stuff. So these people basically are like skipping out. Like, hey, I ain't got it, bro. I ain't got your money, and I'm heading to California. So good luck with all of that. And the kid is such a cool little kid too. I don't know if the story's gonna focus on this family that's leaving or on the sheriff, because there's many characters that could be focused on. And the kid is just like, maybe just like illustrated to just show how bad times were at that time. And the sheriff stops by to say goodbye to them. And the kid gives him this little bone that he found. It looks like he thought it was like it was a rock. And the sheriff deduces right away that that's not a rock. I said, hey, I'll trade you that rock for this pulp novel that I have here, this little cowboy novel. And his mama's just like this old, Southern Christian woman. No, he'll read the Bible on the way there. He won't be reading any of that nonsense there. And he's like, look, don't worry about your mama. Your mama, she's out of her mind. Here's a book, son. Give me that rock. So he took the rock, and the rock turns out to be a bone. It looks like there's bodies are being buried in the dust. So this could be turning into a murder mystery as well. So as these folks are heading out toward California, there's a big giant dust cloud coming their way. And I don't think that's even the worst of what's going to be happening soon, because there's maybe a serial killers once again in indie comics, but that's just it's a subject matter that's very rife with possibilities. That's why I guess they keep going to it. And between the rich old man and the jerks in town that treat the livery stable guy, who's this poor little, mentally incapacitated fella, but he's just this lovable guy. There's a lot of bad people that could be involved in this. In the meantime, there's this pretty lady from Chicago who's like a photographer, and she's there in town to document, what's going on in Oklahoma during the Dust Bowl. And it's such a well-written book. It's I was not familiar with. Maybe I've seen stuff they've done before, but I was not familiar with JG or the other writer that they're teaming up with. Really well done. Dust to Dust from Image under the Giant Generator brand. The Giant Generator, look out for that, man. That's like the Energon universe, a run for his money. You dig? I hope you do.
I dig. I definitely do.
Dig that cat. He's real gone. All right. Another one is In Bloom. In Bloom, also a former Penultimate Book. In Bloom is done by Michael W. Conrad, who is the writer, and art is by John J. Pearson, with art assist by Lola Bonato. In Bloom is a futuristic kind of a story where blooming is a thing. The human body is comprised of many microbes and things that are not ours, for lack of a better explanation. And what happens when people bloom is those microbes in the human body just decide to just kind of like on the cover. It looks like the cowardly lion a little bit, but those are like actually blooms coming out of this person's head. And blooming is considered even a cool thing in this world, because in the first couple of pages, this guy's in the shower. He look kind of gross, but like, hey, I'm blooming, honey, check it out, I'm blooming. So it's like, I guess when you bloom, you also get this this incredible intellect and things. Your life is completely changed, even though you look like you're part plant. So we don't know quite what's happening with the bloom, at least not in the first series. So, but once again, here's a murder mystery blooming here. No pun intended. Oh, what the hell am I kidding? Yes, pun intended. Murder mystery is blooming here. And there's a detective who is a regular guy. I mean, a regular human being is not bloomed. And his partner has bloomed. So his partner is, is still a human being, but he's got this incredible intellect, and he helps solve cases and everything like that. And even though the detective that hasn't bloomed doesn't like bloomers, so to speak, he trusts his partner because him and his partner go back and they're good friends. And so he's a one of the good ones, I guess you would say. He's a good bloomer. And there's this thing called the uploader, which is like this like looks like a a water tower or whatever, where they've talked people into like sending their old people to the uploader or to the recycler. The uploader, the upcycler is an upcycle, not the uploader. My bad. To be upcycled, whatever that means. And it says that if you do that, then you help mankind. You help the future, and you just it's your time anyway. You might as well get upcycled and get your old ass out the way and make room for the young people, basically. So there's this family that's taking their grandma to the upcycler. So long, grandma, we missed you. Good luck in the future and all that. But get the hell out of here. Maybe there's like a fee that they pay the family for upcycling them too. They didn't go deeply into that, but there's something up with the upcycling that's not on the up and up, that's revealed at the end, and it's kind of a horrific thing. Okay, so other than that, the murder mystery and the upcycling, between those two things, there's a lot of mysteries that are brewing that have not been, more or less covered in the book. But it's enough to keep you interested, because at the end there's there's a bunch of murders. I should mention that the murders are only bloomed people. Only bloomed people are being murdered. So there's a pattern here. There's somebody that hates bloomers more than the detective, and they're killing them left and right. So In Bloom is I think number 2 maybe out already, or just be coming out next week. It could be in this preview that we'll be looking at very soon, but I forget which. That was the yes, it was a drug. Love is a drug. That was a nightmare. Seriously, man. But people love it. People are just like, hey, I'm a blooming. Yes. Like, really? No, thank you. I'd rather be stupid than be covered in flowers and shit like that. But, that's just me. Just too dumb to realize that.
It came out this week.
Oh, okay. All right then. So it's on shelves as we speak. So I'm gonna have to pick that up. And it wasn't. I don't think it was. It wasn't in the shop. Maybe Boom is also under Diamond still. Only the stuff from Lunar came in. So that means that I got Image and DC pretty much, and that was it. I still got stuff that I haven't picked up. So maybe Bloom is coming my way next time I go to the shop. Next thing is last week's penultimate book, which is It Won't Feel a Thing, from the great Scott Snyder, who's doing all that Absolute Universe, or at least the Absolute. Is he doing all 3 of them? He's just doing Batman, right? Or is he doing all 3?
He's just doing Batman. And Boom is with Diamond, but they're switching to Penguin Random.
Yeah.
They're switching to Penguin in July 1st. So they are with Diamond.
Yeah, so it's as many people will probably do. You Won't Feel a Thing is this guy. He discovered he has a brain tumor, and the brain tumor turns out it's going to be fatal. And he has only a short amount of time. He has months rather than years left, and he just discovers this, and it's affecting his memory. And so he's using. He's got a therapist. He lives in an assisted living facility, and this therapist, this aide, I should say, she's she helps him out. She practices this thing called doors. The doors help him remember things. What's behind this door when you were 15? What's behind this door when you were 21? And he remembers things and he tries to piece things back together, and it helps exercise the mind that he's trying to keep vital for the time that he has left. When he was a kid back in Montana, before he became I should say he's also a former detective, maybe been an FBI agent too. Because he is going to speak to these kids and tell them what it's like to go to Quantico and become an FBI agent. So he's flashing back to the time before he was a detective, when he was growing up in Montana with his best buddy, who also went into law enforcement, and remembering his girlfriend. And his girlfriend was his first girl, his first love, and all that stuff. Don't want to give too much of it away, but there are things that happen to that girl that well, I just go ahead and say, because it's probably going to be a thing, because there's a serial killer called the Chatterman. And the Chatterman is this legendary killer. Apparently, he's never been seen except maybe by our hero, who was named Johnny. But they know that these victims are real, and they cover several states. And his girlfriend was one of the first victims, or one of the many victims, I should say. Probably first, because this took place when he was a teenager, and he's an elderly man now. Well, he's like in his 50s, 60s, something like that. Well, some of people will call that elderly, but not me.
I mean, it's kind of elderly, though.
People start calling you sir, like
I mean, what would you call elderly if not 50, 60?
90. I keep moving the goalposts,
Nice.
The older I get.
Very nice.
Thank you. So he's trying to keep his mind sharp, and his buddy, the cop who's chief of police now back in Montana, he's trying to help him with stuff, and they're both trying to keep him keep his mind alert. And then they discover that what, there's been another Chatterman murder. And
Sorry, Gene.
And right there, he just snaps into it like, what? I'm back. I don't have much time left, but damn it, I'm going to find the Chatterman. And it's the last thing I do, which it very well may be. I bet that it is. I'm going to catch the Chatterman because, we got unfinished business, and I can't leave this realm. That's right. Be careful. Watch your mouth.
Okay, guys. Sorry, Janet. Sorry, David. I take it all back. 90 is elderly.
Right.
That's the age.
That's right. Just mature. That's all. Yeah. You done stirred up some shit now. All right. So the writing of this, I mean, this is just Scott. Scott's the only writer on this, and Jock is the only artist on this. Colors by Lee Lockridge, a very good colorist. He works with Jock to do the colors, and World Design does the lettering. This is a very good book. This is worth the $9, man. I just it's wordy, but it's like every word is important. He's narrating Johnny's narrating the story of his life, and he's still got enough of his wits left to to narrate the story and keep you involved with it. It moves along at a really good pace, and man, there's some shocking things in here, but it's very good, and it's a very human feeling book. You won't feel a thing from Scott Snyder and Jock from Distillery. Distillery has got some good stuff out there, as do many of these indie publishers, like the one we just had on the show not too long ago. So support indie comics, folks. Yes, it's a good looking book, and I got the booty cover coming, just like me and me and my guy here. God, who was that was buying it? Oh, that was Larry Love. Larry Love's got that book coming too. So yeah, check it out, folks. That is what's good for this week.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Looks like a light week next week in terms of. Looks like we might have a Slim Pickens sighting.
Oh, Slim was on his rocket and ready to come this way, man, but he got a reprieve at the very last minute. Yes.
Very nice.
Let's see. Let's present this, and we will present the. What are we looking at? video files, video file, extra camera, slides and PDFs. Oh, just click on that thing there. Okay, there we go. And I'll go to the other page. Is this one? See, I'm figuring it out. It's like a big boy. All right, there we go. We did it! Yay! I hope I don't have a brain tumor. My God, it's just like a lot of stuff to figure out here. Yeah, I think this week or was it next week? I was watching Bueller's thing, and he didn't have a lot of stuff. I think he said DC doesn't put out a lot of stuff around this time. They don't have a lot of stuff coming out clearly because they would have more stuff. I don't see anything DC in this top line except the Green Lantern number 19. Ultimate X-Men. That X-Men cover looks kind of cool. I kind of like it, but yeah, not enough to buy it. I don't think. Another Deadpool number 10. Are you pulling Redcoat still?
You darn tootin'. No, I'm pulling everything. Ghost Machine.
Everything,
So,
huh?
yeah. I'm not. I didn't leave any of them off. I love it. I'm all in on it, and I'm pumped for it. And I'm really excited for it. I think I've mentioned it, but Geiger is getting ready to start pulling some other characters in. We've got the Glowing Woman coming. We've got Redcoat coming. We've got Junkyard Joe who made an appearance. So I love this stuff. I'm excited for Ghost Machine.
Ghost Machine is banging. Yeah. Oh God. It's like he's sitting on a giant peach, a giant cherry or something. That's cool. Wow, I gotta catch up on this, man. This is going some places here. Wow. Are you caught up on it?
Yes, I am caught up on it.
Oh,
Yeah.
man. The Steve Lieber coast cover. These are all open order covers. Oh, poor Redcoat.
No,
Good thing about Redcoat.
Let's never say that. Redcoat deserves everything he gets. I love Redcoat, but whatever he gets, he deserves it.
Yeah, the good thing for him is that when he dies, he always comes back. It's a good thing. But the problem is you keep dying. He still suffers pain and all that shit, but he always comes back. Darn tootin' is an American idiom that means something is absolutely correct or to emphasize the point. Thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Phil.
Doggy. What does that mean? I'm not sure. All right. I think that's a Jay Clampett thing there. Ice Cream, man. Ice Cream, You Scream. I think there's a nice cover for this one. They only put out 2 because it's a very, very low print run for this book. Still one of the best books out there. But this one, the skeleton on the seesaw. This is the one here that's kind of the Maria Lovett. Oh, that's why I liked it. I saw it on Bueller's thing. Was like this is Maria Lovett. I don't know if she's done a Ice Cream Man cover before. Pretty cool. All right. Moving on down the list. All right.
That's another reference, Phil. I need to get the Soylent Green as people. I don't. I've heard that, but I've never seen the movie that's from. So that's another one on my list.
You never seen Soylent Green? Add that to the list. That's it. Charlton Heston. Get your hands off me, you damn dirty ape. Charlton Heston for sure. Shout out. All right. Only showing this Thundercats thing. I'm totally not a Thundercats reader or a watcher because it's one of those books that I missed that era. But they have some very, very cool covers. And this is Lucio Parillo is doing this A cover here for number 12. And as Dynamite tends to do, they got 1 million of them, which is cool. I mean, this is God bless them being able to print out all those covers. Jay Mannix. Anybody remember that theme song? If you do, you're definitely 50 years older. This is wow. The color therapy here is amazing. Like it a lot. This is a foil to boot. Can you imagine this shiny? Now, the main one I'm looking for here, as you might imagine. There it is. There's the man himself.
Mark Spears hype is real.
It is real. and I want to say I got one of these coming. I think because sometimes you don't know he's a busy man. He's making covers for a lot of people, and some people are actually paying him for it. I'm looking at you, American Mythology. So yeah, this is sometimes you just like look. Oh, there's a Mark Spears cover. You don't see it on like someone's preview. You might not even know that he's doing a cover. I'm getting all this guy's cover. Not just because it might be valuable, which it is, but I just love his art. I love that style, and especially the monsters. I think he does his best work with monsters, because it looks like his card work.
Yeah.
This
He's
is an
in the
open order.
audience.
Yes. This is an open order foil variant that anybody could have, and it's virgin. That's what I love about Dynamite. They make a lot of virgin covers too. They'll make you pay extra for them. So this is like a ratio or something like that, and that's pretty much the same cover. But yeah, that's the best one. There's a Jay Lee. It's kind of cool, but after Mark Spears, what are you gonna do? This is a 1 in 20. I want to say, yeah, 1 in 15. Close enough. All right, move on down because we're running a wee bit late. Some people's bedtime. Let me see.
And by some people, he means circumstances.
Exactly. I feel you, brother. I feel you. That was what I was looking for here. There's a couple of books about trains that I wanted to touch. Oh, there's the Silverhawk. Real quick on the Silverhawk. Lex and the City. Okay. I'm sorry. Real quick. Lex and the City. I see what you did there. Oops. What'd I do?
Oh, I didn't immediately get it, but yeah, I don't know why I didn't immediately get it.
Oh my God. Yeah. So there we go. Lex in the City. Are we still showing that? I can't tell because I moved to a different page. Can y'all see Lex in the City?
We see you haven't clicked in on it for us.
I haven't. Okay.
Now
All right.
we can see it. There you go.
It just totally got rid of my my home page here too. What happened? StreamYard stream. Where am I?
Where am I? He says.
Where the fuck am I?
I don't know. Where are you?
Kick me out of the studio. I wanted to share that page. Share this page instead. Like, yeah, but I wanted to keep my home page. Like, damn, I'm like totally gone now. Am I back in? Sorry.
I can't see what we see we see the page for the Lex.
God.
So
I'm gonna have to remove one of these. We're gonna remove that. I'll remove this. Wow. I'm still getting an echo. That's crazy. Can y'all hear the echo? Am I the only one hearing the echo?
Yeah, we can hear it.
Oh.
Hey, everybody, it's my show now. Lex in the City. Get it? It's like Sex in the City, but it's Lex instead. Okay, he's back.
I am back.
I don't hear the echo anymore.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Okay. You don't hear it, I'll just deal with that.
Okay, I lied. I lied. I hear it.
You bastard.
I thought I didn't hear it, but then I started hearing it.
Oh God, what did I do? Okay. All right. I'm gonna try going back because this is like I had a mushroom from Tibby or something, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's not a terrible echo, like Janet said. It's just that's why I could barely hear it.
Okay. I can hear it. That's what I get for clicking on Lex in the City. You sound good enough. Let's just wrap it up. Just get out of the screen right before we run into a wall. All right. Where are we at? Wait a minute.
Lex in the City.
Are we here? Okay. All right. Lex in the City. Can you see this?
Yes.
Okay. All right. There's only 2 covers.
3 covers.
Close enough. This is Soda Micah. You had a dude on your show once on the Tuesday show where he said, like, "That's not Dick Grayson." I was like, "Dude, Dick Grayson is a fictional character that's been drawn by many people, and
Yeah, but you
personal
know,
interpretation."
they do look a certain way. That's definitely not Dick Grayson, whoever that is.
That's Sousa Micah's version of Dick Grayson, man. I mean, come on. It's called our artistic license. You know? I don't know. Whatever. We all
I
entitled
li
to our beliefs, but
I like Sousa Micah. I don't like that cover.
you don't care for that color? Okay,
No.
fair enough. Fair enough. Alright. Back to this page, and StreamYard.com. Here I am here.
Do you have 2 StreamYards open? Is that what it is? 2 tabs with StreamYard?
I actually have one tab of StreamYard, but I've got 2 of me down here, down in the below the screen here, it says add to stage. There's 2 of me, 1 of you, and stop screen.
Yeah, I don't know how
Okay.
you did that.
Alright, I'm going to do this one and stop this screen.
Sounds like you have 2. Do you have another window?
Not that I know of.
Right,
Oh, it just
check and
won't go
see.
away. It just won't go away. Edit name. It just okay. Alright, just gonna add the screen again. Share screen. Lord have mercy. Okay, here we go. I think I may be able to get rid of some of these here. New comics this week. Wow, the show took a turn. Alright, uh,
I'm wondering if you have another browser window, not a tab, but a whole 'nother window.
oh.
So minimize your one browser and see if there's another one maybe?
Yeah, there's one behind me. But which one should I choose? Which one should I get rid of?
I
Well,
don't
either
think
one.
it matters. Yeah, just close one of them, and then whichever the other one is, you can add yourself to stage if it's the wrong one. That was the one. So go to the other one and add yourself back to the stage. And while we're waiting for that, Lex in the City. Like I was saying, it's like Sex in the City. But instead of the word sex, you get the word Lex. Huh? Get it? Uh-oh. Is he coming back? I can't continue the show because I can't I don't know. Well, anyway, the Chiefs are playing the Bills this weekend, and I'm really nervous about it, but we're going to welcome the Bills to the Arrowhead Invitational, and hopefully we win and we win another Super Bowl. Hey, there he is.
Oh, am I back? Good
You're
Lord.
back, and so it was what I thought it was. I'm so
It was
sorry.
what you thought. Well, I mean, I didn't know that it was gonna make me a damn you StreamYard. All right, so here we go. I think I can finally get the whole thing back now. Lord have Murphy. All right, so here we go. Testing. Testes. 1, 2, 3. All right.
No
So,
more echo. You did it.
oh my God. All right, one more time. I'll try to get the Silverhawks. Woo-wee. I tell you what, man, it has just been a thing. Oh my God. It is insane. Oh,
Insane in the brain.
man, oh man. Silverhawks number 1. Let's see. All right. Silverhawks, the one I showed you the ash can for earlier that I had no idea of anything about. And who was that in the stream that mentioned that? Oh, all my pre things are all gone now because of all that tomfoolery that took place. There's a Mark Spears cover. Here we go. There's several Mark Spears covers for this. And this is one. This is the Z1. There's so many covers that they got the Z already. And
Jeez, that's dynamite for you.
I know. So many. I mean, you got to be like Z1 and Z2, Z3.
Yeah.
You know,
You got too many covers when you hit that stuff.
Too many. Bite your tongue, sir. There's no such thing. I think I may have ordered. No, this is a 1 for 10 here, but I'm looking for it. I think I probably ordered the one with the trade dress. But pretty dope, huh?
Yeah.
I mean,
that's foil too, huh? Very nice.
It is a foil. Yes, I think they're all foils. This one just a virgin. So, yeah, there's that. All right, so I can not do another faux pas. Oh, there's another one that's number 3 that's coming out next week. Mark Spears' Monsters number 3. I got that.
Dust to Dust is back.
Dust to Dust. Number 2. Yes, we just. Oh my God, hanging from the tree there. Yeah, that's a heavy book. That's a really good book to read. Here we go. The Blood Train is the first train book. The first one we're gonna take a real quick look at because time's a wasting. Time's a wasting. All right. Image Comics. 28 Days Later meets Ruins, and this high stakes standalone horror. It's a standalone, so it's a one shot. This is a one shot prestige perfect bound, written by Adam Glass and Bernard Chang. Sorry, was it?
I was just laughing at Phil. Whenever a Dynamite book comes out, a forest cries.
Jesus. Oh, very well done, sir. So yeah, this is a one shot, and I don't know if I ordered it or not, but I might take a chance on it because it's a one shot. Did I mention it was a one shot? I fucking love trains. Okay, people all over the world join hands. Yeah, so this is one of the train books. There is another one, which is, wait for it, on down the list here. Second train book. Did I pass it already? Curses, I may have passed it already. Nope, didn't pass it. I did not have an edible this week, strangely enough, but you would think. Hang on, Marcus. We'll get you out of here in no time. All right,
No, I'm not worried.
Open a new tab, not in a new window. That's what I clicked before, and then it's all things went to hell then. All right, Kill Train. Mad Cave. This is a Mad Cave joint. To control the population explosion that nearly crippled the city, New York has instituted Kill Train, a randomized extermination program where designated trains, subway trains, are picked at random and all the passengers are slaughtered by the end of the line. In this not so distant future, I hope it's very distant, we meet Vanessa, a struggling single mom in the midst of a nervous breakdown to boot, who discovers that she herself is on a kill train. Now, for once in her life, with everything to prove, Vanessa decides she's not going down without a fight. Thoughts?
That sounds like The Purge.
It does kind of like The Purge on trains, right? Like, and there was like a person that asked some really great questions. You know, like, I don't want to go into them right here, but like, as a New York City, maybe I will, as a New York City resident, you know, I have so many questions. You know, do they wait until it's around Midtown? So is it maximum capacity, or can it happen anytime? Does it still make stops? Is the bus that bad? You know, are they raising the price to avoid congesting prices? If I'm on the R and was going to transfer at J Street, can I just move it up to 9th and 4th so I can get out sooner? Do they still pretend fare evasion is the worst offense on the subway? There's so many questions. And I'm with you, sister. Oh, man. I mean, I think this could be good, but, you know, it sounds like a kind of a bit of a stretch, let's say.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure no one would ride the train if that happened. You know, it's like playing Russian roulette.
Remember that time the train just fucking blew up? I'm sure they're fine though. Yeah, you'd be all right. You know, just random. You know. And this is the B cover, which is by Allison Sampson, which is kind of a cool cover. So they got some cool covers. Olivia Kotaro Briggs is a writer. I've not heard of her. Maybe she's done stuff before, but I don't see any credits in the description. But be advised, it is a Mad Cave book, so it could be good. They got a lot of good stuff. A lot of good stuff going on here. All right. All right, before I end up on a kill train or something else goes crazy, let's get down with this penultimate book here. And if you were watching a few weeks ago, you'll know that I told you beforehand that this was going to be the penultimate book whenever it came out, and it's coming out. So here we go. And here it is. And now it is time for the penultimate book. And this week, that book is, as was prophesied many of these lowlies many weeks ago, probably 2 to be exact, is called The Seasons.
Yeah, we've already got a review for this one, right? Yeah,
indeed. It was the one of What's Good, I think last week or week before last, I want to say. Yeah. Alan Parsons, yes. And this is also under, we spoke of before, under the Giant Generator umbrella. Yeah. And I was able to get this the ash can, but this is an ash can right here, right? I mean, this is a different kind of ash can than the other ash cans I mentioned before. Notice the difference here. You know, one is a little tiny book, and then one is a full-size book with, like 40 pages in it or something. So I was able to pick this up, and I have read it, and I was telling you guys about it in the What's Good, and thank God they do have a trailer for it. And here it is. Fantastic. Another Rick Remender gem. As it mentions, summer, winter, spring, and autumn are the sisters. I'll just take 2. Summer, winter, spring, and autumn are the Seasons sisters, the daughters of the world-renowned Seasons detective. 10 years ago, their famous parents disappeared. Left to raise themselves, the sisters formed an unbreakable bond. Now that bond is tested as the sisters fall prey to sinister forces. The youngest sister, Spring, is the last hope of saving them from a fate worse than death. Will Spring be able to piece her shattered family back together before it's too late for them all? Rick Remender and Paul Azita?
Easy for you to say.
Apparently. weave an elevated tale of whimsical horror unlike anything ever experienced in comics, and it all starts with this double-length premiere issue. You know, whimsical horror is almost a perfect way to put it, because it starts with that whole chase scene that they kind of illustrate in the first part of the video there. But Spring is just like it's almost like a Mary Poppins or something. Like she's just like this letter just like floating through the air, and she's just chasing it and running through all kinds of things to finally catch the letter and read what Winter is writing her about at the end. And she runs into that circus, that whimsical. If you wanted to kill a bunch of people, you would probably be able to do that with something like that circus. Because that circus comes through your town, that's it. That's curtains. I mean, they leave it in ruins, literally, and people like looking in the mirror and then laughing at themselves and madness until they die or whatever. We won't figure out what the hell these people are until we read this book. It gets down the road, man. And it got my attention. I'm definitely going to be picking up the. I've already read number one. I can't imagine number one being any different than this. Maybe it is, but maybe there's an additional material in number one. But so far, yeah, I'm on board, man. Plus Rick Remender and Giant Generator. Say no more.
How dare you call me out, sicko? I'm trying to hide it.
Yes. Yes, Paul is the artist here. Yes, call him out. Call this man out. I think he's tired. Well, he's got legit reasons, many of them. All right, so yeah, you think you might be picking this up, sir?
Oh yeah, it's on my pool for sure. I love me some Rick Remender. I love some Giant Generator, so I'm in.
Absolutely, and fruitly. What would you do? What wouldn't I do for a Klondike bar? All right, so coming on down the list here again, coming to the last book of the night, which I saw before, and I'm pretty sure it's here. Don't click the wrong button like I did before. See, this is Mark Spears, who can do no wrong. Red Before Black, number 4. Good book. Pick that up if you're not reading it already. Oh, there's a reprint of X-Men 131.
Looks pretty good.
Mm-hmm. Kill Train. Kill Train might be a game day decision. I mean, we'll see what's going on with that. String number 3. That's good.
I love Mad Cave, but I think I'm gonna pass on that one.
On the Kill Train.
Yeah.
People all over the world join hands. All right, the last one, I think it may have moved on me, but I can find it here. Where is he? I had it a minute ago.
That ass, though.
I know you caught that. The last one here is from Antarctic Press, Private American. Brace yourself for this one. All right. Private American, number 1 from Antarctic Press. Mike Barron and Rich Bonk. I don't know if Mike Barron has gone down the, the hardcore QAnon route or anything. Hey, I am not here to judge. One man versus the tide of terror striking from the South. New patriotic fervor from the Punisher veteran Mike Barron, in all caps it says here. Not written by Mike Barron at all, I'm sure. With the situation at the U.S.-Mexico border spiraling out of control, leaving Border Patrol agents overwhelmed and powerless, a lone vigilante takes on the drug smugglers, the gun runners, and the sex traffickers, and the scumbags, and the ne'er-do-well. I'm sorry, I'm going on with it. Eisner winning a comic book writer, Mike Barron, Punisher, Nexus, Flash, and veteran comics illustrator Richard Bonk, get bonked, Superman, Teen Titans, and Witchblade combined the Punisher and a classic Star-Spangled Avenger. Oh, don't you dare put Cap's name in your mouth for this thing. For one of the most explosive action tales ever, says you. All right, so I think this speaks for itself. I have no commentary other than my snark in the
Seems very liberal to me. Way too woke.
Yeah. Somebody's being a little ironic here. What do you guys say? Not ironic, but
Facetious.
Facetious, exactly. And this is Steve Rude. I think it's a Steve Rude cover here. So this boy Steve Rude, who he did Nexus with, has thrown him a cover. So I don't know if Steve feels the same way, or he just like say, hey, you know, I'll do it for you, bro. You know, and I'll do your cover for it.
Right wingers buy shoes too.
Or
what George say? Republicans buy shoes
that's
too.
exactly what he said. Republicans buy shoes too. So I'm not saying all Republicans feel the way Steve Rude does or Mike Barron does, but you know, if you do, you know, God bless and need some Jesus. All right, so here we go. That's going to do it for this week, folks. I don't know how I got through it, but I did it somehow. I got thrown off. I got thrown out of my own show, but I came back. They always come back. Damn it. All right. Son, what you got going on for the next week?
Same old thing as always, Monday nights with JP Budget Collecting, where we talk about Mark Spears, who's on the list every week. The Cash or Trash, Tuesday nights, FOC and Chill on my channel. And then, of course, right back here on Wednesday nights for another new comic book day special with Lorenzo.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Bonk. Richard Bonk. Exactly. And ladies, take note. The name is not a misnomer. If you know what I mean. I think you do. All right. Yes. And hey, you know, I'll be back here with you too. If the God willing and the creek don't rise, as I always say that, Jim, for some reason. But yes, we'll be back, and I look forward to it. And I look forward to having a guest. I'm not sure who's that going to be, but we got a couple possibilities. It's going to be one of those two folks, and then we'll let you know ahead of time. So it will not be Richard Bonk. Yes. So one thing's for sure. But I wouldn't mind having him on. He's he'll draw pretty well. All right, folks, thanks so much for stopping by. For those who watch on the replay, for those watching on the replay, and all of you stopped by for however long, we appreciate you. We love you. And hey, peace and love. And we will see you again next week.
We love you, Denver! City by the Bay! John Denver!
Is a fire really necessary?
Ask them.